Hi there. It's Pete with English Learning Space. Hi guys. It's been at least a week since I've seen you, maybe 2 weeks. I'm happy to be back. Sorry for my absence. Nice to see you guys. Some of you are watching this live, and that's great. If you have comments or questions over here, some of you will watch this later, but I still love to read your comments. Today, the topic is a true story. We will learn some vocabulary for the story and then do a little reading. Read a true story. But if you have any questions anytime, please let me know. Hi, Bopor Trey. Hello. Nice to see you, Bopor. How are you today? We have Calendar Gaw. Sarpa. Good evening to you. Minkalapar, Calendar. Hi, Joom. Nice to see you again. Hello, Joom. Kanokwan. Hello, Kanokwan. Nice to see you. Welcome, guys. Today, we're going to read a true story, but please let me know if you have any questions about English, about the vocabulary, about anything. I love your questions. You're great. I'm also great. For me, Bopor, it is morning time. A beautiful Southern California morning. And I love the day. For you, I know it is evening time. You probably getting ready for bed. Not me. I'm just waking up and having my coffee. Hi. Hi, Nalini. Nice to see you. Nalini Tree. I love Tree. Nak Penchit, hello. Oh, thank you, Nak. So nice that you're here. Thank you for your compliment. Catherine, oh my gosh, so nice to see you. It's 11:03 p.m. in Cambodia. Oh yeah, getting late. Bopor, is it close to bedtime? Close to bedtime? My video is blurry. I can see that. Let me see if it's my screen. Actually, I think it was my screen. Is that better, Catherine? I think my screen was a little smudgy. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, it's better.
Yeah, it's much better. Sorry about that. My screen was, my camera had thumbprint or something. Thank you for telling me, Catherine. Supawat, it's going great. How's it going with you? Khan, good morning from Laos. Sabaidi Khan. Aimon, good to see you. Good evening to you, Aimon. Much better. Thanks, Catherine. Good. Thanks for telling me. With glasses, sometimes everything is smudged. The whole world is smudged for me. Okay, Nakpen, when will I come to visit Cambodia? I hope soon. I have planned a trip to Southeast Asia for 2 years, maybe. But with COVID and everything, we've had to postpone and delay my trip. But maybe next year. Maybe next year, next spring. I'm hoping. So today, the story, we're going to read a true story. The story is about fishing, catching fish to eat. Do you like fishing? Do you like to go on the water and catch fish? Come and visit you, Bopor. If I come to Cambodia, I will. I'll definitely visit. That is my plan, to see as many of my friends in Southeast Asia as possible. Thank you for the invitation, Bopor. That's very nice. Okay. Today, our story is about fishing. I like to go fishing, sit on a boat, and try to catch fish. Zzz. But I never catch fish. But I like to be outside. I like to be on the water. I like to be with my friend. And some people think fishing is a little boring. It is. That's okay. I never catch fish unless I go to the store. Then I always catch the fish. You wouldn't mind eating fish? Me too. I love fish. Hi. Okay. You're waiting for you next year. Great. Thank you, Nak. Fishing takes patience. It definitely does. Catherine, I think for many people who like fishing, that's part of it. The slow nature of it. You've got to be slow. You have to be quiet. Because if you go fast and splash, fish go away. So for me, it's just about being outside in nature. Oan thinks fishing is really relaxing. Me too. Me too. Not for the fish. Juan, I have never been to the Dominican Republic, Juan. I would love to also go to the Dominican Republic. I used to live in Florida, Miami, Florida, in Orlando, Florida, and many of my friends were Dominican. Okay, we're going to read a story. Before we do, let's take a look at some vocabulary that will help us with the story. And of course, if you like this video, give us a like. Find us on Facebook and follow us. Find us on YouTube and subscribe. Comment, share. I love to read your comments. What's the catch of the day? Oh, hamburger. If you ever caught a hamburger, it's very difficult. You have to be a very good fisherman. Okay. Here's a word, guys. Do you know this? Think about fishing. This adjective. Raw. Raw. What is raw? Can you give me example of raw food? What is raw fish? Raw broccoli. Anki. Anki says, Tatong Sulyavong Him Nam RJ Ni Den May. I don't know what that means. Catherine is right. Raw, not cooked or uncooked. Exactly. Uncooked, not cooked. So, for example, sushi tuna is usually raw. Sushi tuna is usually raw. Sashimi, exactly, Oan. Tong, I'm not sure what you mean. Morning, Flavia. Oh, good afternoon to you. Buenas tardes. Another example of raw. You should not eat raw chicken. Not raw chicken. Okay. So nice to see you, Flavia. How's everything? How is your family? How is Argentina? Is it starting to get warm yet? Is your spring here? You have had vegan sashimi? Very strange. That's strange. I've never had vegan sashimi. How was it, Catherine? Catherine, are you a vegan? My brother is vegan. Vegan means never eat meat, never eat anything from animal. It was good. You are vegan. Excellent. Okay. I am not vegan, but I am mostly plant-based diet. I have a plant-based diet. Okay, next word for our article, our true story. Harbor. Harbor. What is a harbor? What is a harbor? Do you know? It is spring season allergies too. Oh yeah. Even it's never going to be perfect, right, Flavia? If it's terrible, snowy, cold weather or pollen, sneezy weather. Hi, Nakaw. Okay, what is a harbor? If I say there are many boats in the harbor. Hi, Anki. Okay, maybe you know harbor. Harbor is a port. Port. Also a safe place to dock boats. A safe place for boats. Hello, Anki. Okay, here, let me show you picture. Picture of harbor. Here we go. This is a picture of a harbor. See? Harbor. This is a harbor, a place for many boats. Harbor. Pearl Harbor, exactly, Konokwan. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, this picture is worth 200 boats. Okay, here's an example sentence for harbor. Some boats in the harbor are fishing boats. Some boats in the harbor are fishing boats. I agree about pictures, Catherine. When I'm teaching vocabulary, sometimes very good idea to have picture. Humans, we're very visual animals. We love pictures. We want to see it. Okay, next word. Just two more, and then we're going to read a story about fishing, a pretty amazing story. This verb, to survive. Survive. What is this verb? To survive. There was a tsunami. I survived. What is this? Do you know survive? if the family survives, great. Exactly, Catherine. To survive is to continue to live after dangerous situation. Or like Catherine says, boom, there you go, Catherine, to remain alive. To be alive after danger, after problem. For example, the car crash was bad, but the family survived. They lived. They're okay. The car crash was bad, but the family survived. Okay, last word, and then we're going to read a story. What is this? Net. A net. Or plural, nets. One net, two nets. You can use a net for fishing. What is a net? Great. Oh, Oan, great definition for survive. To continue to exist. Right. Catherine is correct. A net is a kind of, can be a fishing tool. Let me show you 1,000 words, Catherine. Here is your 1,000 words. This is a net. This is a fishing net. A fishing net. But a net can be for other things, not just fishing. What else? Where can you see a net? Maybe you're playing a sport. Where else can you use a net? Where can you see a net? That's right, Oan, it's to catch fish. Oh, so Catherine, you're all three. You're visual learner, you learn by seeing. Auditory learner, you learn by hearing. And kinetic or kinesthetic learner, you learn by touching, holding. Coffee cup. Coffee cup. Coffee cup. Tennis is right. Basketball, exactly. So also, these are nets too. You are right, guys. Good job. You're so smart. Yes, this is a volleyball net. This is a basketball net. There we go. One moment. Yeah, basketball net. Some ladies like to wear net stockings, fishnet stockings. Okay, so those are our words. Those words will be helpful for our story. Okay, so let's read a hairnet. June, you're right. Maybe you are cooking in a kitchen. You are a chef. If I was a chef, I have long hair. I need to wear hairnet. So my hair is not in people's food. Pete. Sorry, Paul. It looks flimsy. Nets can be flimsy. That's a great adjective. Sometimes they're strong. Sometimes they are flimsy. Okay, let's read a story now, guys. Check it out. Here's the story. It's about fishing. It's an amazing story, actually. I think you will like this story. This story is called A Long Fishing Trip. A long fishing trip. So listen carefully as I read this story. Read along with me. Notice the new vocabulary words, right? Also, make a note of any other words you want to talk about after we read, okay? Hi, Zulfa. Welcome. Zulfa, we're going to read a story about a long fishing trip. Here we go. I actually have the book. After we read, I'm going to show you a picture. After the story, I'll show you the picture that goes with this story. It's an amazing picture. A long fishing trip. On a warm January morning, Joel Gonzalez kissed his wife goodbye. Joel was a fisherman, and he was going on a short fishing trip. I'll see you in a week, he said. But Joel did not see his wife in a week. He did not see his wife again for a long, long time. Joel left his house and went to the harbor in Punta Arenas, Costa Rica. He got on a fishing boat. 4 other fishermen were on the boat too. The boat left the harbor and the men began to fish. The first few hours on the ocean were not unusual. Hi, Sonita. Welcome. We're just reading a story about a long fishing trip. The first few hours on the ocean were not unusual. There was a then there was a terrible storm. The storm lasted for 22 days. When the storm finally stopped, the men checked their boat. Their fishing nets were gone. The engine and the radio didn't work. There was no food and there was no fresh water. For the next few hours, the men talked and planned. How can we survive on the ocean? They asked one another. Without their nets, the men couldn't fish. But they could reach out of the boat and catch big turtles. The men didn't want to eat raw turtle meat, so they needed a fire for cooking. They tore down the boat's wood cabin and made a fire with the wood. They needed protection from the sun and rain. So they built a simple roof. The roof held rainwater, too. The men could drink rainwater from the roof. For the next 5 months, the men ate turtles when they caught them. They drank rainwater when it rained. Often there was no food and no water, and the men were hungry and thirsty. Sometimes they thought, we are going to die soon. Joel wrote a letter to his wife. My dear Edith, Joel wrote, if I die, I hope someone will send you this letter. Hey, buddy. Then you will know how I died. I had the best in life, a great woman, and beautiful children. I love you, Edith. I love you. Hi, Tazin. Nice to meet you. We're just reading a story about a long, long fishing trip. In June, it didn't rain for a long time, and the men ran out of water. They were thin and weak, and they thought, we are going to die now. They put on their best clothes, lay down, and closed their eyes. After a while, it began to rain. The men stood up and licked the water from the roof. Then all 5 men began to cry. 10 days later, on June 15, a Japanese fishing boat found the men. They were 4,000 miles from Costa Rica. This means 6,400 kilometers from Costa Rica. Nobody sent Joel's letter to his wife. He showed it to his wife himself. Joel will always keep the letter. He says, the letter, he says, helps him remember. On the ocean, I realized that I love my wife and children very, very much. My family is everything to me. I don't want to forget that. So now let me show you the picture of Joel and his fellow fishermen. Here it is. This is Joel and the fishermen from the story. Oh, they look so happy, but they look so skinny. Catherine, I think some fishing trips are more boring than others. So there's our story about Joel and the fishermen and the long, long fishing trip. What did you think of that story? Is that it's pretty incredible. 5 months on the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. At least try and hit Hawaii. Oh, that's difficult. Could you survive? Could you survive this fishing trip from hell? It is a nice story, Zulfa. I agree. Because in the end, they survived. The fishermen survived, right? And they came back to their families. That's right. Family, Flavia, you are so wise. Family is life and love. Exactly. Thank you. It is a lovely story. Did you guys have any questions? Were there any words you'd like to talk about in this story? Let me know if you have any questions. I love your questions. Today, I have a fun day planned. Me and my brother and my dog and my niece will visit my mother and father and have lunch and maybe go swimming in a pool, but no fishing today. No fishing. Even if it's a happy ending for some people, it's never a happy ending for the fish. But I still love to eat fish. What is your favorite kind of fish? I think mine is tuna. What's your favorite fish, Paul? Or shellfish? Could be shellfish. I love shrimp a lot. Crab. Oh,
Yeah.
salmon is your favorite?
I
love
mackerel.
Oh, mackerel. Yeah,
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
Whitefish.
Whitefish.
Yeah.
And salmon.
Salmon is so good.
Yeah.
Sea bass. Ooh, June. That is delicious. Love sea bass. My favorite kind of fish, though, my absolute favorite kind of fish, it's very hard to catch. My favorite fish is a hamburger. Well, anyway, guys, if you have any questions, we'll have to save them for next time. Remember, if you like this video, give us a like. Find us and follow us on Facebook. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Comment, share. Come back and see us next week. We'll be here, I promise. Next week, some videos coming up, and look for a new video in our national parks videos. We have a series on our YouTube channel about the national parks, and there's a new video coming up this week. Thank you, everybody. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Kapun kap. Everybody, thank you so much. So nice to chat with you. For most of you, have a nice sleep, sweet dreams. Flavia, have a nice rest of your day. And Juan, you too. Thanks, everybody. Always so nice to talk with you. I'll see you next time.